You know, Andrew Breitbart's mantra, politics is downstream from culture. The slogan literally means what it says. Change the culture, change the government. America's divided, folks. Now, that's not breaking news. We've been divided for a long time, but we're becoming more and more divided by the day. On the right, we have traditional Republicans, and we have a very big pro-Trump wing of the party. And both wings tend to look down on their fellow Republicans, who happen to have a line in the sand, Trump or not Trump. Right, Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney? Right, Mitch McConnell? It's never good when a house divided takes shots at its own, but the left is divided as well. There are moderate Democrats like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, and there are progressives, leftists, like the self-described Democrat socialist Bernie Sanders. And we all know how far left the squad is: AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and Cori Bush. Right now, the moderates are prevailing, thank God, but is sure to become a different issue come November, because listen to this. For some reason, the left is divided, but they seem to always stick together far better than the folks on the right side of the political aisle. But almost like any family, anywhere, if there's an attack on a family member from outside or the other side, look out. They circle the wagons and defend the family. And defending the family in this case in American politics means defending the party. Liberals defend the mandates like a crocodile defends its kill. And Republicans defend the police like a mother lion defends her cubs. So here we are, a country divided. It's useless to try and pinpoint when we started to segregate and divide, but it's useful to understand why we continue to separate. Politics is downstream from culture. Andrew Breitbart was a friend of mine. Breitbart was prophetical. Breitbart was right. When culture exacerbates the divide, politicians follow. Politicians aren't smart people. They follow the signals. They rarely create direction. They simply read the traffic signs and follow the path. They're constantly chasing the voters. So when the sign says merge left, they move left. And the road sign says, again, culture, the road sign says divided road ahead. That's what they do. No better example of culture dividing America than this movie, a new movie, new to Netflix at least, and Amazon this week. It's called The Hunt. Get this, the premise, simple. A group of people wake up in the middle of a wooded area, strangers. Turns out they come to realize they're all, wait for it, deplorables, conservatives.
What is all of this?
Did you see that article?
You actually believed we were hunting human beings for sport. But you are.
In short time, it's revealed that the group of conservatives have been drugged and dragged out there to be game, prey, like animals. And get this, the predators are a group of elite liberals, they say it themselves, who are gonna hunt down the deplorables like animals. There's no shortage of stereotyping the conservatives either. There's Big Red, Pop, and Don. That's right, Don. And the hunted come from Mississippi, Wyoming, and Florida, among other red states. The elite liberals, the predators, well, they're hunting the deplorables, and of course, it's all that way. After all, Hollywood, right? You know what I mean, folks? These liberal elites hunt down the conservatives. Of course, it would be the plot. I won't spoil the ending for you, but I wasted a half an hour and a half actually, and $3.99, so you don't have to. But for the record, for the balance, so to speak, the creators of the film deny any anti-conservative intent, saying their director, Craig Sobel, says, quote, I did not want it to be washed out. There's a way to make a movie that doesn't hold any politics in it that everyone can enjoy. Yeah, right, Craig. This film was made in 2019 and scheduled for release when two mass shootings happened in the United States that some say had political overtones at their core: El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. Prior to the release, then President Trump commented on the film saying, quote, the movie coming out is made in order to inflame and cause chaos. They create their own violence and then they try to blame others. They are the true racists and are very bad for our country. Trump supporters were clearly the hunted in the film. And President Trump was right. This film was a blatant shot at conservatives, and the film would only further the divide in America. And by the way, this film is violent. people being hunted down like prey animals and killed simply for being conservative. I believe in free speech and free expression 100%, but I also think it's my job to highlight that expression when it clearly pushes a dangerous agenda. It's my job to expose the intent behind the innuendo. In this film, the filmmakers pretend to be making a film to entertain an audience and therefore sell tickets or streams. My hunch is that The Hunt was more about degrading conservatives, calling them deplorables and stereotyping us, and therefore, furthermore, them making us prey while the elite liberals hunt us down like filthy animals. That's just not right. The problem is, people will watch this film and films like it, and it does nothing to heal the divide America is experiencing. I know conservatives are the black sheep in Hollywood, I get it, for now, but films like this aren't even trying to be artistic or to make money. This film was clearly made to degrade conservatives. Now, let's play a game for a second, plug and play. Can you imagine if there was a film like this that made and they took any group other than white conservatives and replaced it? And by the way, white was definitely an important part of being in that film and Hunted. Can you imagine the hunted group being, let's just say, African Americans, or how about trans people? The outrage would break the internet. So let's not do that. Let's go by my favorite motto, live and let live. Got that, cancel mob? If not, you'd be pounding away at the keyboard with boycotts if the hunted group in The Hunt were almost any other group other than what the group is in the film. All those deplorables, and you guessed it, all white.